bad. That's just...
Yeah. It's expected.
Yeah. No, just that you can't win anything and things like that.
Yeah.
General statements.
Yeah.
And I was like, she got second both times this week. Like, what are you talking about? So I'm sure they'll be kissing your butt soon. Just in case, so that it's not them. That's what I noticed, like, 'cause I really like Jess. And, like, I really do, or did. I don't know, I'm confused right now. But it's like, she's able to be so fake to everyone that it just, like, kills me. Is she being that fake to me, too, you know? Like, and then talking bad about me, like, or how she does that with Zach. Like, that's where I first picked up on it. Where she's like, oh, what are you doing, or whatever. And then it's like, she's like this, like, looking at everyone backwards, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because she's doing that with everyone. She does it with Dick. She does it, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone does that with Dick. I'm sure not everyone's friends with him. Just pretend to be so that they don't get yelled at.
Danielle, please go to the diary room.
Why are they calling people in the diary room? Did you guys do your buys?
Thank you.
Thank you. No. Did you guys?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's probably why you guys are gonna get called. At least you get to get called when your makeup's all done up.
I know.
I can't even do my makeup. They took it all. Oh, at least you have an eyeliner. You can do my eyeliner. And I have found some mascara and some blush. Actually, I found a little bit of everything. It's just, like, not my normal stuff I use. I have all my backups in one of your drawers. For when I ran out of my good stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Good thing. Did Danielle try to talk game with you at all or not at all?
Mm-mm. Not at all. We weren't allowed to talk. The whole time we were on the jet, they wouldn't let us talk.
To each other?
Yeah, we weren't allowed. We had separate hotel rooms.
What?
Just because we weren't mic'd, we weren't allowed to talk.
That's silly.
It was fucked up. And then when we did talk, our handler should be right there, like.
You weren't allowed to say anything. They're like, don't talk about game. Oh.
It was just stupid, you know? Like.
It is kind of, they're gonna get into trouble, sorry. That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you would think that'd be like, no offense, like
we
an
were
advantage.
Mic'd, they would have, but we weren't. We didn't bring our mics with us, and like, they just wanted, it was strictly for the trip, and we had so much, like, they videotaped us, like, you know, being excited and stuff, and then they videotaped us talking about conversation, but they didn't want anything it was, because it was focused on something else, what we did.
Yeah.
They didn't want to talk about Big Brother because they wanted to put all our focus in that, and all our conversations about that, and not Big Brother, because we're not, you know, everyone knows about Big Brother. Everyone knows we're on Big Brother, you know what I mean? So, it was like...
Does it seem like Big Brother's, like, popular?
Yeah.
I got that idea, too, from talking to people.
Yeah, it is.
They said it's much bigger than it's been ever. All the other years.
It is.
I'm like, great. like I said, I didn't know, I never really had heard about it besides, like, right before, like, I was watching, and I'm like, oh my god, that's Boogie. And then I remember when I did that, like, make-out scene, like, this guy was like, oh yeah, I won Big Brother, and I was like, what's Big Brother? Like, you know, like...
Are you okay? Are you okay with me? Did I do anything to upset you or do anything?
Not at all.
What I wanted to say before we discussed anything is, I know that as this situation has unfolded, and you've had concerns, you always have concerns of what Dick and Zach are going to do and so on and so forth. Obviously, you felt like you knew what Jess and Amber were going to do. I know that with the events of last week that you're looking at me as if I'm, some sort of a wild card that, well, I don't know if you're saying that, but I didn't know if you had, any concerns or anything to that point. I try, when these things shake down now, to take a minute, take it all in. A lot happens over the course of the week. I try not to, make a grand production of myself or whatever. As I joke, I try and take Monday and Tuesday for vacation days and come back, and I always care to, give everyone a fighting chance. I think that that's entirely fair. But in light of the relationship that we've had and the friendship that we've had, the circumstances going on, there is absolutely no reason to be under the gun or stealth or sly about this whatsoever. I wanted to, and I know it's not me, and I know you know it's going to go in this direction anyway, but for me personally, I wanted to tell you, you 100% have my vote to stay. No bullshit, no shenanigans, no nothing. I'm casting my vote to evict the fucking bitch out of here, and I mean it. And I want you to go about the rest of your week knowing that you are staying. You know that Amber and Jessica and I am telling you from the 100% bottom of my heart, it's not wavering, so it doesn't make any fucking difference what the other three of them ever want to do. She has a vote against her, and the three of us are voting Jen out. Period. End of story. And how you choose to present it in the scope of the house is entirely up to you. But you are staying, and approach the rest of this week like you are staying. I can't speak on, I'm not going to speak on anyone else's behalf. I want you here. I need you here. I love your being here. I know that there's still, things to address or come back from or whatever the case may be. But whether or not, regardless of what anyone else wants to say or do, I don't want to see you sitting here worrying, not sleeping, squirming, having it to come down to the wire. Customarily, I don't go out of my way to make a big deal of what I'm going to do until the very end of the week. I don't like to get into it. I feel like it's beating a dead horse. I can't talk about these same things anymore or whatever, but not, I don't know to what degree that you knew this was the case already, but I wanted to take any shadow of doubt out of your mind. And if there's any confusion, wavering, or even any talk of anything in the other direction, I'm going to fight until, I'm screaming mad, blue in the face to make sure it doesn't happen. But it doesn't make any difference because you know that Amber and Jess, and I am now telling you myself, will not vote against you. So the other vote does 100% solidify it. And it's going to be 6-0, but even if it's not, it's a 4-2 guarantee, and I mean it. And I never, ever, ever would I sit here in front of you and tell you this. I know, considering what happened, you can only take it probably for what it's worth or to a certain degree. I'm telling you, it's completely different. It's a completely different situation. I will stand in front of every single person in this house and tell them this, and I'll tell them, you'll know if I'm lying, this is far and away of any in the entire house, the dead easiest for me to make. This is a legitimate no-brainer on any level. I love your being here. You put a shitload on the line for me and for us collectively. I want you being here moving forward. I need you being here moving forward. Jess is the exact same way, which is, of course, relates to all of us collectively. We have bigger fish to fry. She's a psychotic lunatic. She does absolutely nothing for me on any level. She's disrespected you. She's disrespected each of us in our own ways.
Right.
And for me, that's that. I try to stay out of the voting talks for the most part early when these things shake down, because as we've all seen the last few weeks, it's like makes really no difference. And I just know as soon as I come out and I say this is what I'm doing, then someone will pull me aside and say, but everybody hates Jen, and Jen, no one would ever